Hey Greg, how's it going? So a couple months ago, I made a video about the coolest mom on TikTok, Varli. And since I made that video, she's been a pretty busy lady. She's blown up on TikTok a lot more than she was before. She's been going to conventions to meet her fans. She's been filming all these crazy TikToks. I actually wish that I had waited to make my video about her for a few months because I feel like she's just now really hitting her stride. I mean, she's in her prime now. She's prime Varli now. As I'm sure you'll remember before, a lot of her TikToks were pretty generic. You know, she would have ones telling people not to do drugs and stuff, and then other ones were just her lip syncing to sad songs, or her jumping around to happy songs. But she's really kicked it up a notch, and I feel like she's really found her character. She's become somewhat of a superhero.
You know Varli doesn't like bullying? Cha! Cha! Cha!
A lot of the plots of her newer TikToks are her saving people from dangerous situations.
Mr. Smith, this is for the bad grades you gave me.
Did you? God! Varli's coming. Don't fear. Varli's here.
Oof, Chief. Uh-oh, starting things off a little bit dark today. Yikes. A TikTok about a kid who's about to shoot his teacher with a laser pointer. But luckily our girl Varli jumps in and saves the day.
Did you?
I like that she does the sound effects herself. She didn't go through the trouble of editing the video and actually adding real gunshot sound effects in. She sort of just goes, ka-cha! So that's a really nice touch. You know, for such a terrifying experience, the teacher in this seems pretty pleased about what just happened. He's just like, wow, look at this. Look at this lady getting shot right in front of me. Huh, that's kind of fun. This is a very dark TikTok, so let's move on. But you'll notice at the end of that one, she said, don't fear, Varli is here. That's sort of her new catchphrase. She says that every time she saves someone's life, which is a lot. Like in this one, this group of girls is about to beat up this poor defenseless child. From the looks of it, they're the most coordinated bullies on the planet. They're all about to punch this girl at the same time. How many times have you seen that? Like a group of bullies all in sync punching the kid that they're bullying. That's actually pretty cool. All right, gang, let's punch this bitch. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. I like that they all go in with two hands. They're punching with both hands at the same time. That's not something you see very often. Why is that? This does seem way more effective than this. But the girls freeze right before they're about to hit this girl because Varli comes out of nowhere and just beats the shit out of them. She just comes out of nowhere and kicks their butts. Absolutely rattles them up. Beats those little girls to a pulp. And then she says her catchphrase.
Don't fear. Varli's here.
They all laugh. For some reason, everyone laughs. Even the girls who got beat up are like, ha ha ha! You did it, Varli! You stopped our evil plan! The caption of this one is, blowing out someone else's candle doesn't make yours shine any brighter. Huh. So I guess blowing out someone else's candle is kind of like a metaphor for hurting someone. Never blow out anyone else's candle. That's a really interesting little lesson, Varli. Just one question. Does beating the shit out of a bunch of 11-year-old girls count as blowing out someone else's candle? Just asking for a friend. All these videos pretty much paint Varli as this like epic savior. No matter where you are or what you're doing, Varli will be there if you need help. Like if you're standing on this perfectly stable pontoon boat and randomly decide to jump off it, Varli will be there to catch you. If you're getting touched by this guy, Varli will absolutely be there to put him in cuffs. And she'll actually be really happy about it. She looks so thrilled to be putting that molester in handcuffs. The girl is so happy immediately too. She's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for handcuffing this creepy man.
My husband, I didn't see him for so many days. I don't know what to do. I don't know where he is.
Yeehaw! Don't fear.
Oh my God!
Varli's here.
Okay, now her powers are starting to seem a little bit supernatural. How did she find this girl's husband? He's been missing for days, and all of a sudden Varli comes out of nowhere like, yeehaw! That's her other catchphrase, I guess. Aside from don't fear, Varli's here. Yeehaw! I may be a superhero, but I'm also a cowboy. And then at the end of the TikTok, the husband starts to walk away. Like he's like, I don't want to be here. I left on purpose. Weirdly, a lot of these have the exact same script, which is surprising, I know. There's these ones that are almost completely identical that she keeps doing. It starts out with a girl eating something yummylicious.
Yummylicious! Yummylicious!
Then someone comes to steal that thing that's yummylicious. Then Varli says, yeehaw, and grabs them.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
And then the girl gets her tasty treat back.
Don't fear. Varli's here.
Another thing that's happened since I made my last video about Varli is that she actually made a video responding to me.
Danny, I also wish to be famous like you, but not by stooping low, hating others, and putting them down. I believe in rising by lifting others. To gain some likes and followers, I can also make a powerful hate response on your videos and give you the weirdest reviews. But sorry, that's not me. I love more, hate less. That's who I am. Varli. Varli. Varli.
Varli. Varli. Varli. Varli! So the message of that video is love more, hate less. And she's really been hammering that message home recently, as you can see in her TikToks.
Love more.
Hate less.
Love more.
Hate less.
Love more.
Hate less.
Stop.
Tag yourself. I'm the dude yelling, "Stop! Please stop!" in the background. I kind of feel like I'm being brainwashed in these. I kind of just
Love more.
Hate less.
Love more.
Hate less.
kind of...
Love more.
Hate less.
Love more.
Hate less.
Love more.
Hate less.
Anyway, that was weird. But you know, in her response video, she was right. I was a little bit harsh on her, which is why initially I wasn't gonna make a follow-up on it. She released that video like months ago, and I was like, you know what, that's fine. Love more, hate less. We could just move on from here, and I won't make a big stink about it. We don't need to make this into like a beef thing. But a few days ago, she released a professionally produced 5-minute-long action movie in which she plays a superhero, and I can't not talk about it. But Varli was right when she said to love more, hate less. I am a changed man now, so I'm not gonna give this movie a negative review. I'm not gonna spend the whole time making jokes about it. We're gonna watch this movie in its entirety, and I'm only going to say nice things about it. I'm not gonna say a single mean thing. But before we get into that, guys, we are like 3 weeks away from the start of the tour. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be me, my boy Drew, and my boy Curtis performing live stand-up, performing live comedy songs, little jokes and skits for the whole world to see. Chances are, if you live in the US, we're coming to somewhere near you. So if you wanna get your tickets, go to wearetwodifferentpeopletour.com. Get those fast because the tour is coming up fast. Ricky's Food Service Distribution presents. Is that like a catering company? That is cool. That's awesome. I gotta say, I've actually never seen an action movie sponsored by a catering service before. That is very neat and different. So the movie starts off with this kidnapping scene. It's this little schoolgirl. She's being kidnapped by a bunch of angry men. And let me just say, this girl has her lines down pat, dude. She knows her lines. Or actually, I guess technically she has her line memorized because she's just saying the same thing over and over. She's just saying, help, let me go, over and over. I think she says it about 20 times. But man, she really has that line down. She knows how to say those words. I like that she says it with the exact same rhythm every time. Like, she's never like, help, let me go. She's always, help, let me go. Help, let me go. This girl has a killer flow. I mean, that rhythm, that's awesome. Then we get our first look at our hero, Varli. It looks like she was working nearby. Maybe she's like a mechanic or something, and she heard all the hubbub, so she's come to check out what's going on. And she takes a good long look at him. She takes a really good long look because she's not quite sure what they're doing.
What are they doing?
Little girl screaming, help, let me go. Bunch of angry looking grown men carrying said little girl. Now they're tying her up, pulling out weapons. What the fuck is going on here? I'd better stay back here and watch for a couple more hours until I can figure out exactly what they're up to. But that's not a negative critique. That's not something bad about the movie. That's actually a good thing, I would say. That's what you want in a hero, you know, patience, due diligence. You don't want heroes that jump to conclusions and start beating up people that don't need to be beat up. I mean, what if she just burst in there and started beating the shit out of everybody, you know, punching them, cracking their skulls, and then she comes to find out it's like that little girl's birthday party, and it's just a kidnapping themed birthday party. Uh-oh, awkward. That would not be good.
I don't know what's going on here, but you need to let this little girl go.
Okay, she's also a very humble hero, admitting that she still has no idea what's going on. I guess she still hasn't picked up on the very strong context clues that this girl is being kidnapped, but you know, at least she's willing to admit it. Like, if Tony Stark was in this situation, he would be a corpse on the floor. But if Captain America was in this situation, he would never admit it. He would just jump in there, fists a swinging, and start taking bad guys out, not even admitting that he has no idea what's going on. She quickly realizes that she's no match for this group of strong, muscular men, but Varli must have thought that the schoolgirls line was pretty cool because then she starts reciting it.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
So we're 1 minute and 11 seconds into the movie so far, and there's been a lot of dialogue, and a shocking amount of it has been the same things repeated over and over. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing, you know. Popular songs have a chorus. Why can't movies have lines that they repeat over and over? It's like the chorus of the movie. Help! Let me go. Help! Let me go. The group of guys must have knocked Varli out because then she wakes up in this weird room. It's lit only with red lights. It's a very ominous place. She's locked up. It looks like she's chained to the leg of a table.
Where am I?
And things are looking pretty bleak. I mean, it's pretty clear thus far that Varli's just a regular woman. She doesn't possess any superhuman strength. She's got no way to finagle herself out of these locked up chains, so I really fear what's coming for Varli. But then she finds a cool looking amulet on the table and she kicks it off the table and she looks at it and then she immediately becomes a superhero. She bursts out of the room and suddenly she's like Black Widow. Or I mean, she's her own original superhero that we've never seen the likes of before. She suddenly has magical superpowers because she looked at a necklace. Man, these villains are pretty dumb, huh? I mean, that seems like a pretty major oversight on their part.
Didn't I say you weren't getting away with this?
No, I don't think you did say that. Did she say that?
I don't know what's going on here, but you need to let this little girl go.
No, the only thing she said so far was, I have no idea what's going on. Please let the girl go. Oh, and she also said, let me go. But no, she never said, you're not getting away with this, because she didn't even know what this was. I guess those guys must have hit her really hard on the head. She woke up and she like lost all her memory, and that was a genuine question. Then there's this long ass fight scene where Varli totally kills it. I mean, she just plows through these guys. She beats the shit out of them like they're a bunch of 11-year-old girls in her TikToks. But she's actually not this time. She's actually not beating up a bunch of little girls. She's beating up a bunch of grown men. This fight scene, I have to say, is actually pretty impressive. It looks like it was coordinated by professionals. All of these dudes look like they're actual professional stuntmen, and they do a good job of making Varli look like a badass in most of it. They take the hits really well. They make it look like she's absolutely sending them across the room, just launching them, cracking their ribs, all that good stuff. There is this one small timing issue where the boss of the group sees that Varli is beating up all of his men, so he grabs a rope and he starts walking towards the little girl like he's gonna strangle her. And he's about 7 feet away from the girl when he does this, so it should take him about 1 second to get to the girl. But Varli still has to fight through like 3 dudes. So she does that, and it takes her like a minute. And you can see in the background of some of those shots that the boss has already gotten to the little girl. So it's not looking so good. It's seeming like he's definitely over there strangling that little girl. But then she finishes fighting, and she looks over to the boss, and he's somehow just now getting to the little girl.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
So look, I could complain that this is a timing issue and it doesn't make any sense, and that they should have maybe planned out this section a little bit better. But I said I wasn't gonna say anything negative about the movie, okay? It's a perfect movie. And guys, I know Varli, and she wouldn't make this mistake. She would never put a weird plot hole that doesn't make any sense in one of her videos. It's pretty clear to me that Varli fought these guys so hard and killed them so fast that she actually created a time vortex, and it sent her back in time a few minutes, back to when the boss was just walking up to the little girl. Varli fought so good that she can time travel now. Anyway, she beats all the bad guys, she beats the boss, she goes and saves the little girl, and the little girl calls her a savior.
You were amazing. Who are you?
Varli.
The savior.
And that's the end of the movie. All in all, did I like this movie? Yes. Was this movie perfect? Yes. How many thumbs up would I give it? 10. Great action, great writing, and all in all, a very cool origin story for a superhero. I mean, personally, with the Avengers getting so big and these giant blockbuster movies, I've gotten pretty annoyed with the superhero formula. You know, like these well thought out and well written origin stories with these characters that we get to know and love, and then they get these superpowers that make sense based on their circumstances. You know, I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of all of that good good writing. Make it stop. What I want is, you know, just some random character that we know nothing about to waltz into a situation that makes zero sense to them, and then, like, I don't know, stare at a necklace that gives them vague superpowers. So what I want from this video is not for you guys to, like, be like, oh, Varli is so weird, I should go and harass her on her accounts. Definitely don't do that. You know, sure, this video is weird, but I make these videos so that we can laugh about it together, not to, like, target her and spread hate in her direction. I just think it's fun to laugh about these things between us. So that's not what I want you leaving this video coming away with. What I really want you guys to leave this video thinking about is Dolphin Man. Dolphin Man. That beautiful, beautiful gray man. He never got what he deserved. You know what? I was just thinking Varli needs a sidekick. You know, she's this dope-ass superhero with this cool origin story. She needs a sidekick, someone to help her fight crime, and who better than a little half dolphin, half man that just needs a pal. You know, I think a little matchmaking can be done here. So Varli, if you're watching this, Chester and Parker, if you're watching this, you know, get in touch. Or both contact me. Hell, I'll get you in touch. Let's make a part 2 to this where Dolphin Man and Varli get together. Either way, I don't know about you guys, but I love this movie. And gosh darn it, the chorus of this movie is gonna be stuck in my head all day. I mean, that flow, it's incredible. All right, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is the strongest army on the internet, and we're actually the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Please don't look that up. As Gregs, we have to trust one another, and the only way I can make sure that you're truly Greg is if you trust me enough to just not look that up. If you looked up who's the fastest growing army on YouTube, trust me, Greg would come up, but just don't, okay? Just please don't. All right, thank you, Alex Lay, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I punch a hole in my wall, but the hole actually leads to a weird fantasy land where it's always snowy and there's like a little goat centaur guy walking around. And the whole thing is a rip-off of Narnia. Bye! This video is over now. Over now. Go find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But you can't stay on this end screen forever. No. This video is over now. Yeah. Over now. So why are you still watching this? Do you not have anything?